In January 1943, as snow fell quietly over New York City, Nikola Tesla died alone in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel. Once hailed as the mind who lit the world, Tesla had spent his final years in obscurity, haunted by visions, speaking to pigeons, and dismissed by society as little more than a madman. To the world, he had become a relic, a forgotten genius in a city that no longer cared. But someone had been paying attention. Soon after his death, government agents swept into his room. They confiscated everything: boxes of notes, strange devices, journals filled with half-finished equations and impossible ideas. The Office of Alien Property claimed it was standard procedure, but whispers said otherwise. An MIT engineer was called in to review the material. After weeks of examination, he declared publicly that Tesla's work contained nothing of significant value. That was a lie. Behind closed doors, a man named John G. Trump, a respected electrical engineer and government researcher, was brought in to take a closer look. In a dimly lit government facility, Trump pored over Tesla's surviving work. Most of it was far beyond conventional understanding: theories about wireless energy, directed beams, and machines that could peer into the fabric of reality itself. It was fascinating, unfinished, dangerous. Then, deep in a cracked leather suitcase, he found something else, a set of diagrams unlike anything he had ever seen. As he studied the paper, a cold realization settled over him. This wasn't a weapon. It wasn't even theoretical power. It was a machine. A device Tesla believed could manipulate time itself. Trump stared at the page for a long time. Then, with deliberate care, he folded the paper and slipped it into the inside pocket of his coat. He never spoke of it again. Those who knew John Trump said he changed after that day. And perhaps, just perhaps, something Tesla built, or dreamed of building, was never meant to be found. Not by any man.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and explore our Patreon for additional content. Even if you're not up for spending, there's still plenty of great stuff worth checking out. But for now, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and enjoy this video.
The Barron Trump novels are two children's novels written in 1889 and 1893 by American author and lawyer Ingersoll Lockwood. What makes this book truly unsettling is how eerily it seems to foreshadow the future, so much so that the parallels are hard to dismiss as mere coincidence. In the story, a boy named Barron Trump lives in a building called Castle Trump. In real life, Donald Trump's youngest son is named Barron, and the family's long-standing residence, Trump Tower. But the strange synchronicities don't stop there. In another novel by the same author, The Last President, chaos erupts in New York City after a shocking election victory by a wildly populist candidate, an event that fractures the nation and ushers in the collapse of the American Republic. The resonance with recent political history is chilling. And then, things dive even deeper into the bizarre. The book speaks of a secret city beneath the earth, ruled by a mysterious Queen Galaxa, a plot point that echoes modern conspiracy theories about Agartha, the legendary hidden civilization said to lie within the Earth's core. If you're unfamiliar with the conspiracy surrounding Agartha, let me give you a brief but unsettling introduction. In ancient texts, the underworld wasn't synonymous with hell as we imagine it today. The fiery pits and eternal torment are relatively modern additions. Instead, many myths describe a vast hidden world beneath our feet, an advanced subterranean city, home to divine beings and immense knowledge, a place of peace, power, and origin. This concept appears across cultures. The Mayans told tales of Xibalba, the Aztecs spoke of Chicomostoc, the Babylonians called it Irkalla, the Chinese Diyu, the Sumerians Kur, and the Japanese Yomi. Even within Islamic mysticism, ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome, there are echoes of a secret world below, often inhabited by godlike entities who emerged to shape civilization. Some believe this realm was the true Garden of Eden, where humanity was not just born, but taught. Legends suggest these beings either created us or elevated us, much like the stories of the Anunnaki. The famous novel, Journey to the Center of the Earth, draws from these very myths. With so many ancient cultures pointing in the same direction, perhaps we're not dealing with mere stories, but fragments of a forgotten history. In 1908, a curious book surfaced, The Smoky God, or A Voyage Journey to the Inner Earth, written by Willis George Emerson. It claims to be the true account of Olaf Jansen, who journeyed into the earth and discovered a hidden civilization. Then there's Operation High Jump, an official U.S. Navy mission to Antarctica in 1946, supposedly to establish the research base Little America 4. But many believe it had another purpose: to investigate Nazi Germany's obsessive interest in Agartha. Antarctica is said to be one of the main entrances to this inner world. Some historians argue the Nazis weren't just chasing pseudoscience or fat substitutes. They were following precise instructions to reach Agartha. Admiral Richard E. Byrd, the leader of Operation High Jump, allegedly kept a secret diary. In it, he describes encountering a race known as the Ariani, beings eerily similar to the hybrid entities mentioned in modern UFO abduction cases involving mantis-like creatures. He also meets a figure known only as the Master, who gives him a chilling message, a warning to humanity about nuclear war and extinction. Upon returning, Byrd was interrogated and forced into silence. Skeptics point out that his diary was published by science fiction author Tim Beckley, which casts doubt. However, Beckley was also a respected researcher in the world of ufology and the paranormal. Shortly after Byrd's alleged account was made public, the Antarctic Treaty was signed, effectively sealing off large portions of the continent from the public. Only specific locations are accessible, and only with special permission. A coincidence? Or an attempt to control access to something beneath? Since then, reports of strange phenomena have continued, particularly around Antarctica and the oceans surrounding it. Unidentified flying objects, or as the U.S. military now calls them, UAPs, have been spotted entering or leaving the sea with increasing frequency. Then came January 1st, 2024. Miami. A swarm of police vehicles descended on a local mall. Official reports were confusing. Some said it was kids with fireworks. Others mentioned sticks or even an active shooter. But no clear explanation has ever been given. What surfaced instead were bizarre videos showing what looks like a black hole-like portal, alongside towering, inhuman figures moving through it. Skeptics dismiss the footage due to its quality, but the police presence seemed excessive for mere teenage mischief. And here's where it gets stranger. Reverse the geographic coordinates of that Miami mall, and you get a location in Antarctica, right near the coordinates long associated with the entrance to Agartha. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe this is just another piece of a cover-up stretching across centuries. But perhaps the most chilling detail is this. Long before the Agartha conspiracy was widely known, author Ingersoll Lockwood wrote of it in unsettling detail. He also wrote about a character named Barron Trump and his adventure to this strange city. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. The deeper you dig, the more impossible it becomes to dismiss these connections as mere chance. And if Agartha is real, it's been hidden for a reason.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and explore our Patreon for additional content. And remember, the journey doesn't end here. It's just the beginning.